It's father time. Father time. Um, Yesterday I did a whole video on my flight controls on P3D using the Boeing Yoke. It was horrendous. Um, when I went to calibration, took a look. First clue was somebody told me one of my elevators at the 23-minute mark was opposite. So I went in and went to options, controls, and I tried going to access control calibration. I tried calibrating the device. Whenever I would go to the right, it would go up, so I would hit full deflection as it hit it. But whenever I went to the left on the ailerons, it would snap full up. That explains that. Whenever I went elevator up, it would go up nice and smooth. I would hit full deflection at full aft. Whenever I go forward, it would snap full down. So to the left it would snap, to the forward it would snap, which is exactly what we were experiencing. I worked at it. Freaky D had me go in. He said, first make sure it's not your hardware. So I went in, I did my controller calibration on the PC, and it came out perfect. X and Y axis, perfect. Went to Microsoft Flight Simulator on his suggestion, flew around the 7.4, worked great. Can't wait to get over there. It was so, at that point, I knew it had something to do with P3D. Didn't know what. Couldn't control it no matter what I did. Look at this. I went to other controls out of desperation, and I was in raw input. When I went to direct input, when the flight controls moved perfectly. However, it warned me when I did that I was going to lose a lot of presets. That the nose wheel steering didn't work. Whenever I trimmed, the flaps came down. I mean, it's been a comedy of errors, but I don't know what else is messed up. I'm just here to tell you, if you're having trouble with your Boeing Yoke on P3D, go to other controls, go to direct input. You're going to have to reset all your other settings, like on my hostage stick for nose wheel steering. Lord only knows what else is wrong. That's what it was, though. Other controls, direct input. I eliminated the fact that it wasn't hardware by, on Freaky D's suggestion, going to the computer, checking the axis on the PC. Worked really good. And going to Microsoft Flight Simulator, flying around the 7.4, worked great. So I knew it was P3D. And I came up with this on my own just by random. I also want to give a special call out here to Logan for helping with the sensitivities. By the way, I'm going to go with full sensitivity and zero null zone. And the reason is that's what the Boeing pilot said to do online. The guy called the Boeing pilot. So I'll try that. Control calibration. That's the hostess. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this way down. That's axis steering. That's hostess, so that's good. Boeing Yoke. Wow. Boeing Yoke. Looks like it's got some rudder and throttle axis activated. So I need to go on key assignments, axis assignments. Rudder, axis on the Boeing Yoke. Nope, get rid of that. See, that's what I mean. And throttle, get rid of that. I don't know. We're going to find out, though. We're going to do everything raw data here as we fly away. See if we can get back. Everything's off. IRS is still lining. That's why we're right here. 8,000-foot engine out. But anyway, AJ actually made up a YouTube video for me because he, I think, wanted to help me out. He said, you take care of us, I'll take care of you, which is kind of our motto here on this channel. By the way, if you want to subscribe, go to the bottom right. My big ugly face is down there. Click on it, you can subscribe. We're stuck at 777 subscribers, which is kind of poetic, right? Since that's what I fly. But yesterday we got 0 subscribers, probably because it was just a horrendous video. Anyway, as I flailed. He taught me how to do, AJ taught me how to do on vPilot, get the ATIS by double-clicking, or MEDAR, what to put in, VATSPY, hover, right-click, Navigraph, how to download your flight plan, which I did. I figured that out. But we're going to do some raw data work, see what else is messed up out there. Okay, I'm sure there's all sorts of settings because I changed over one more time, changed over from raw data, raw input to direct, that it's messed up some of my other settings. But for now, I'm happy. All right, we got 47 seconds, and so our plan is to fly out, and I'm going to kind of follow the ground track. It's going to pop up here in a minute. Actually, I guess I better go put something in there. EGKK, root copy. It's actually already in there. It's the star and arrival. We'll follow the ground track, just raw, make our way over to Manchester somehow, and we'll find out what else is wrong with our setup. But I do believe the flight controls are going to work. I haven't flown it, so we'll see. But if you go outside, see how smoothly it goes up now? I used to jerk up on the left. And when you hit full control, it should be full deflection. So that's perfect. Left again. Full deflection, it's perfect. Up, it was working. But down, as soon as I moved forward, it would snap down. There were other indications. I think Benchy once told me, hey, your elevators are full up or down. So that's how I fixed it. Let's make sure we're aligned. We're aligned. Got ourselves a little line here. What could go wrong? Let's go out, take off, parking brake set, and parking brakes are off. Let's try it out. Everything's raw data, guys, so I'll be doing all the powers myself. So there'll be no toga, since there's no bars. I'll just go full power. Moment of truth. Will it fly like an airplane? Check. Will it fly like an airplane? Gonna go about 15 or 20 degrees nose high at this power setting. If you want to rotate, 15 or 20 nose high, positive right, gear up. Yeah, hold about 15 or 20. And I'm just gonna follow the ground track here, down on the right, down here. Yeah, that's pretty, we're above 1500, so I can bring back the climb power, and I'll go back down about 10 degrees nose high. Yeah, I had it at full power. That's why we're up around 25 and accelerating. She was a rocket ship. All right, now my trim. Before, when I trimmed, my flaps came up. So that's why I knew things were messed up. All right, let's get the flaps up. Make sure they're coming up. Yep. I'm a little gun shy, but we'll fly at 250, so we're going to ignore the settings, guys. And we're just going to follow this ground track. Climb power is probably back around here. Usually you climb out, it's around 10 degrees nose high for 250. We're not going to mess with the MCP. Just going to follow the white line. Try not to overbank. Yep, it's flying like a freaking airplane. I am so relieved. I was so frustrated there. Pardon my French. But thanks for all your help, guys. Logan, Freaky D, AJ. Awesome. All right, we're out of transition altitude. Not that it really matters. Try not to pull the nose up while I do that, right? Yeah, we'll climb up to like 24,000. Follow the line in. Maintaining 250 below 10. Above clean in maneuver. Yeah, when I went up to the right, I pulled back on the stick a little bit. That wasn't good. Look at. That's how it's. Everyone loves this yoke. And I was thinking, what is wrong with me? Why can't I trim this silly thing? And I was open to the possibility that it was me. Let's roll out smoothly, trim a little nose down. Now it should be around 10. Nose high. Oh man, the world is in order. The world is in order. All right, we're chimed. Let it accelerate. I'll lower it down to about 4 degrees nose high. Let it accelerate up to whatever, 300. Let's get over on the line. Yeah, it's going altimeter, guys, because it thinks the transition, it shouldn't be in standard because it doesn't know where it is. It thinks we're supposed to be at the local altimeter. Look at that. So that's with the sensitivity at max, null at 0, direct input. All right, so it should climb out here about 6 degrees nose high. There's our white line. Kind of relaxing. Look at. That's how the airplane flies, guys. I am beyond relieved. I don't know what other buttons now are misaligned. I'll have to figure that out as we go. All right, so let's go down to the box. I know we're not doing the box, right? But we are, actually. And I'm going to go all the way down here. 2-3 right. To top. 2-3 right. Execute it. Yeah, we're overspeeding. So much for Captain Marvel having it trimmed up. There we go. Fly it like a fighter here. Let's turn around and head over towards Manchester. Yeah, it's actually flies really nice now. The Thrustmaster Boeing Yoke. I had my doubts yesterday, didn't I? That explains the whole time I've had this thing. Whenever I took the autopilot off and tried to transition to land, it would just dive nose down. It was a full nose down elevator. That explains it. We'll just go up to 24,000. It says top of descent right here. So we'll just file the profile. There's no, we'll have no guidance. We'll stay on the line, figure it out from there. A little raw data, have a little pilot fun. Man, I'm relieved. Since the top of descent is right there, guys, why don't we just go over at 18? So I'll level off at 18, which will probably be about 3 degrees nose high when we get there. It's like flying a Cessna 172 now. All right, there's 18. Lower the nose about 3 degrees nose high. Let it accelerate a little. There we go. Getting back on the line. Oh. I'm so relieved that, yeah, what do you want with the altimeter setting already? It's 2992. or standard rather. I guess maybe they want me in that one. I don't know.
Altimeter setting.
I don't know. All right, let's trim it up. See if we can get it trimmed up. Hands off.
Altimeter
A
setting.
little better. Man, I thought I was going crazy yesterday. I am so happy I made that video. It was humbling, but because of that video, you guys got me thinking something different. Well, if you can hold 17,940, you can hold 18, right? Yep. So that's what it was, and I just stumbled upon that. I Googled for days.
Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
You know, maybe I'll get rid of, rather than listen to that active sky, and I would just let it talk. So let's go to the box. Fix EGCC. We're 132 miles out.
Altimeter setting.
So we're at 3 times our altitude will be 54, plus 10 will be 64 miles out. We'll start our descent. This is telling us it wants to start it in about 45. Let's get back down to our altitude.
Setting.
I wonder if it would be happy if I just hit the barrow. Yeah, you like that now? Just leave it. If it gets rid of the warning, I'm all for it. All right, and then what I'm going to do is go to the box, and I'm going to put in ILS 26. Oh no, yeah, here, here. Lord only knows what it's doing behind me. 23 right, here, execute it, and I'll go like that, so the line's correct. Almost hands off. Now I got a DME readout here from the field. The CF20, and I think they wanted me at 3,500. So that's 14,500 feet to lose. It's about 48 miles, add 10, 58 miles. So 58 miles from there, I'll start down. And because I set the altimeter, we got pretty low. So 58 miles, we're 120. You know how I did that? So 3,500, we're at 18. So that's 14.5 times 3, 42, 43 and a half miles. And I add 10 for good measure, 53 and a half. So 53 and a half miles, we should be able to do. It gives me time to slow down too. It doesn't even like this altimeter. Little brat. Maybe because this one is in HP. I don't know. Looks like it might be closer to 2, huh? On the this 2.5. Man, I thought I was going crazy yesterday.
Altimeter setting.
They want us at 2950. I mean, really? Make up your mind, right, guys? I'll go back to standard, and that'll put us high because the altimeter was so low.
Altimeter setting.
I probably can get rid of the active sky. That'll probably help. You think? Let me take that off. Where is that? Lord only knows what this one's going to do. And turn it off. This thing's probably 500 feet high now. That's low. All right. So that changed everything too when I took out active sky. I will start a nice slow descent.
Altimeter setting.
Maybe 1,000 feet per minute. So 1,000 feet per minute probably is around 2 degrees. Make up your mind with the altimeter setting. Right, guys? See, now it thinks the transition altitude is 18 because it doesn't know we're in Europe. But we'll just set it now. Econ descent, forecast. See that? That'll make it happy. All right, so we are 97 miles from the IF, and we're supposed to be at 3,500 feet. So that's about 13,000 feet to lose. Times 3 is 39, plus 10 is 49. Yeah, so we'll just do a nice shallow descent as we make our way in. That's just a 3-degree glide path calculation, 3-to-1 ratio. I am so happy. I know I'm going to have problems with some of the issues on this airplane. Like now that I've gone to other controls, direct input off raw, it's changed some of my settings. It's going to take me a little while to figure that out. But I'm beyond thrilled. I'm easily thrilled. How's our 3-to-1 doing? We have 90 miles to go. We have to lose 12,500. That's 37 and a half, 47 and a half. So we're coming down nicely towards our 3-degree glide path. Now, what's confusing about this, maybe it's the other guy is not set. No, they are. Standard, standard, standard.
Altimeter setting.
We're all standard. Huh. Want to do a little outside view? Now that we have it under control. It's nice to be able to put take your hands off with the autopilot off and know that it's not going to be too far off when we get out there. So Gatwick to Manchester. Boeing Yoke is recalculated. It's flying like an airplane. And the PMDG 3. I can't wait till this thing gets over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't worry, that door's not open. Looks like it, I know. I don't know what that is hanging off on the right there. You guys see that? No. I guess I better go back in and see what it's doing. All right, so we have 82 miles. We want to be at 3,500 feet and 82 miles. So we're at 14.5 we're going to be. So that's 11,000 feet. Times 3 is 33. Plus 10 for slowdown, 43. So we're coming down that we're 80 miles from there. So that means we have 37. We're coming up nicely to the 3-degree glide path. I'll have to slow down to 250 below 10 here in a little while. Just all hands off. It's flying more like the airplane, guys. Much more like the airplane. can't wait to try to land it. I've been having a heck of a time with this yoke, and the reason is as you make an adjustment in the flare moving forward or left, where you're getting full left aileron or full nose down. So we're getting low. Anytime I put a little forward pressure, transitioning to land. What a relief. I hope you don't find this boring, because I don't. Again, thanks for all your input, guys. Really got me thinking kind of out of the box. Yeah, AJ, that video was great you sent me. He made up a special YouTube video for me. I wish he'd just post it on my Discord, because it's great, guys. It teaches you how to get the ATIS off of vPilot, get the ATIS off of VATSPY, Navigraph, download the SimBrief, Navigraph, you can get your ATIS and weather off of Navigraph. I pay for the darn thing, right? And then, of course, Freaky D got me doing the controller calibration. I knew on the PC that it was not my yoke at that point, and I flew it on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wasn't my yoke. Got me to dig a little deeper into the P3D, and I tried that other mouse symbol, and that's in fact what it was. So, yeah, we'll see what other things are out of place here. It reactivated some things I deactivated off the yoke. Like it had a flap lever on the yoke. It had throttles and gear. It kind of reactivated some of those things. But I'll figure all that out. But now it's flying much more relaxing to hand fly in these conditions. Now, guys, with those, so I've got my sensitivity. It flies like the airplane, if you care. All right. I've got max sensitivity. Oh, that's hold on a second. That's wrong. That's wrong. Boeing Yoke. Oh, I've got zero sensitivity, zero null zone on elevators and ailerons, and it's flying like the airplane. Maybe because I'm on that raw. Very cool. So if you want to know what it feels like to fly a Boeing 777, that's what it feels like. Much easier than flying this thing, I'll tell you. All right, so now we've got 61 miles until we hit that point, and we've got to lose 9,000 feet. So 27 times 3, that's 9,000 feet to lose, times 3 is 27, plus 10 is 37. We're coming up on 3 degrees. Plan on being a 250 at 10. Yeah, I'll set the altimeter now, because we're going all the way down. 1001. Got all the magic off, flight director's off, auto throttles off, autopilot's off. The way I turned off the auto throttles is you got to turn the levers off up here. I don't worry about anything in there. All right, we can start bringing the nose up, letting it slow down a little. But we're still kind of early. We have, I want to be down to 3,500 and 6,500 feet. That's 18 and a half, 28 and a half, we're at 54. So we're not in a hurry to get down. I'll let it level off here at 10 and let it slow to 250, and then I'll descend on down. I'll get to 250. Trim's your friend. I wonder, we can arm the ILS. That's not going to let me. We'll probably have raw data in there. All right, there's 10. Let's level it off. Get right down to 250. I don't know why I'm worried about being legal, right? Everything I'm doing is illegal right now.
Altimeter setting.
You are just not going to let up on the altimeter setting, are you? my friend. Uh, all right, so 47 miles to go to be at 3,500 feet. That's 6,500 feet to lose. Times 3 is 18.5, plus 10 is
Altimeter
19.5.
setting.
20 miles. We're coming up. All right, there's 250. I'll bring the power up and start a nice slow descent.
Altimeter setting.
Dare we look outside? I'm just leaving it here at 10. Let it kind of cruise in, get the power up a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe. This has all been hands off, guys, and see how stable it is. I mean, we're in a slow descent. So now, once again, 95. So we want to be at 35. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 10 is 28. So we're coming down nicely to the 3-degree glide path. And I need to come a little right. And all I do is put in a little bank. I can take my hands off, and it will maintain a little bank. And that's what the airplane does. So yes, it's flying. A little hot here. It's flying like the airplane. Roll out here. Let's take a look at the box. And legs. Yeah, 35 until the FAF. Oh, wow. 2939. That's why it's upset. Let's take a look up here.
Altimeter setting.
Let's go to inches. Two 939. See if that makes her happy. I'm assuming her gender based on the voice. All right, so there we go. We're getting close to a 3-degree. 8,500. That's 5,000 times 3 is 15, plus 10 is 25. We're at 31 miles from there. The altimeter is showing amber because we're above 7. So when we get to, because that's what I set as the transition level on the descent. I'm hoping the ILS shows up when we get down there. We'll fly a raw data ILS 1095-232. I'm obviously not doing my professional job here. All right, so we'll be at 7,500 feet, which is 4,000 feet to lose, times 3 is 12, plus 10 is 22. And we're at 27, so we're getting close to where we want to be. Little different than all the VATSIM stuff, huh? Yeah, I was humbled putting out that video yesterday, but I was exactly what I was trying to do is get guys to help me out, and several guys kind of helped me either through Discord or online. And AJ even sent me for a lot of other issues a video to my private email. So you guys are the best. This community is unbelievable. How far are we from the field? As the crow flies, we are 26 miles. I think what I'll do is extend here, there, and there. Okay? So the FAF is at, the IAF is at 35, but so is the FAF. I plan on being at like 180 or so at the FAF. This is all hands off. See, I do know how to trim. I do. That wasn't apparent, was it? All right, so let's go to 20. Coming down nicely. 18 miles. We want to be 2,500 feet to lose. That's 8 plus 10. Yeah, coming up on the 3-degree glide path nicely. Outside for a little. Kind of pretty, huh? That looks pretty low, doesn't it? Yikes. I don't want to look there. It's too scary. All right, let's get flaps to 1. Did they move? I went all the way to 5. Okay, that works. Yeah, it's going to be a while till I can get everything recalibrated. All right, 1,000 feet to be there. So we're obviously coming down nicely. I don't know if we'll get a glide slope. It is tuned, so I'm not sure. We won't get any bars because I have the flight directors off, but we should get a fake glide, a glide slope there. Flaps 15. Right now, guys, I'm sort of just flying the... oh, look, there's a glide slope coming down. I know I want to stay above 35 until we're established on final. Should be about 4.5 degrees nose high at 200 knots. Now we can slow it down a little more. Trimming. I'm not going to set my bug. I'll just maintain probably about 145 on final. I just know that 3,500 feet is what we're going to cross the FAF at. So I'm going to gauge there, and hopefully I'll pick up a glide slope somewhere in there. Or I'll just start flying in our, pick up the runway and do the 3-to-1 rule. We do have a DME from the field, but we'll have it when we roll out on final. Right, let's start turning over.
2,500.
I'm going to go gear down. Let's get ourselves all configured here. I'm just using the magenta line there. I see the glide slope coming down. Right? Trim it up. Take a look outside. There's the runway. I'll use manual braking. So yesterday, even the power settings were messed up. Usually it's around 56% on final with full flaps. See my bug speed of 130, so I'll maintain around 148 or so, 150. Now, my power is up to 68. When I hit the glide slope, should be around 55. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. All right, there's glide slope. Should be about 700 feet per minute. Let's see what the power looks like today. Yeah, 65%. It's probably more like 62. There's the runway out there, guys.
2,500.
So much nicer to fly. So much nicer. I mean, right? That's how an airplane flies. That other crap, I was getting full elevator, full aileron, and if I kept the autopilot on, the autopilot could handle it, but I couldn't. And when I would transition to land, I got low. The reason I got low is the second I put in a little bit of elevator down as I corrected on glide path, I gotta get my power back a little, it would push over, full nose down. All right, let's probably use 1,000 feet per minute to correct over. You can see that we have around 60%. Yesterday it was around 47. I don't even know where that was coming from. Don't even know. Coming a little right, of course, so let's come left, lower the nose a bit. Yesterday that would have dumped the full nose down elevator by doing that. That wouldn't have been good. Nice easy correction on over. There she comes. Nice. 700 feet per minute ought to do it. 2.5 degrees nose high. There's the course. Stable. I'm just taking over visual here, guys. Got red over white. Glide slope showing a little high. I'm happy. Oh my God, it flies so much nicer than it did. So much better. So much better. Now it's got a nice slant.
Sync rate.
Nah.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
Idle power.
20.
Long
10.
landing. Long landing.
It was a long landing. They were right. Kind of hurts though. Are the brakes working? Yes. All right. Flaps up after landing. See if this thing works, guys. I'm gonna taxi to cargo parking because I want to see if my other controls work. So it looks like things are working. There's all sorts of stuff out of position. Yep, it's taxiing fine. I'll take Alpha to Delta and park over it with all the cargo airplanes. Oh man, I am so relieved. So relieved. I was beginning to think this Boeing Yoke was just not going to cut it. I was going to have to buy another one. Try to run that through the budget committee at Connecticut. Is it taxiing? Yeah, it is. Get that APU started. Yeah, it's a little fussy here. Come on, big guy. All right. Gears up, flaps up, APU is running. I am so happy. All right, anyway, guys, what did we do? So we adjusted, we tried everything with the calibration, checked the hardware. Hardware worked. I did that via the PC, via Freaky D's suggestion. Checked it on Microsoft Flight Simulator through the 7.4 round. Worked fine. Came back in. Anytime I went nose down elevator, it went slap full down as you calibrated it. Anytime I went left aileron, slap full left. Right worked fine, nose up worked fine. Couldn't figure it out, pretty much given up. Nothing on YouTube, nothing on that Googling, no articles on it. And it turns out it was that. Go to the mouse symbol, other controls, and put it on other controls, put it on direct input. And sensitivity is 0. Sensitivity and 0 null. And it works, flies like an airplane. I mean, you guys may think I'm a total nerd, but I am so relieved. So anyway, I'll park this thing, shut it down, and that'll conclude our return to glory. I have to go to London tomorrow for a 2-day trip. I was going to try to do a live stream, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. I know Logan asked me about it. Buddy, I appreciate all your help too, Logan, with the null setting. I will do a live stream when I get back. I have 3 days off, and now that I finally got this running, I mean, I've been afraid to hand fly it. It's been so freaking crazy. Um, Only saving grace is that when I showed up at my 777 at the airport, I could still fly that. So anyway, we'll go up here. We'll park to somewhere to the right of the other UPS aircraft, up in that area. It's definitely the cargo area at Manchester. Yeah, I bought the package. I don't know if it was Fly Tampa or who I got it from, of Gatwick, Heathrow, Manchester, Amsterdam, bunch of airports over here, Oslo, Copenhagen. I think I said Frankfurt. So I haven't flown to Frankfurt yet. I got to use that package. I think next stream I would want to maybe just go from Gatwick to Frankfurt if they've got controllers up. Man, that's pretty. Yesterday I parked a little far back. Um, I want to try to get my nose up a little higher, further. I'll go forward until I can't stand it anymore. All right, gate 68. Let's remember that. It's a good gate. All right, brakes are parked. Seatbelt sign is off. AP is established. We can chop the engines. Overhead. I gotta turn off the emergency exit lights. I gotta turn off the pumps right to left, counterclockwise. Fuel pumps are off. Engines are wound down. Beacons are off. Let's go down to the box. We always like to end up with, let's see how we looked at on the parking. Much better. Look at that. Could have come a little further forward, I guess. All right, so let's come in here. FS actions. Get some ground power on. Chocks are set. Ground power requested. At that point, you can release the parking brakes. And I can come in and do this. Doors. Disarm. Doors. I'm going to open up all the cargo, the aft. Forward. Let's get the E&E over here. Let's get some ground maintenance going. Refill all this stuff. Return. Ground operations. Chocks are set. Parking brakes are off. I already did that, didn't I? PMDG. Service vehicles. Yeah, let's get some water going. Let's get the maintenance out here. We paid for it, right? We paid for it. Let's get them out here. Stairs are inhibited. Forward, forward, forward. Why the stairs inhibited? Brakes are set. Chocks are set. They're inhibited at 1L. Why? Maybe. Ground power, air, chocks are set. Sometimes I thought they might be waiting for the chocks. Service vehicles. Connecting. And hold. Inhibited. Oh, you know what? Know why? It's always something. The engine didn't shut down. You're looking at it. A fuel control switch is in cutoff, right? That's interesting. Is it still running or something? Yeah, it's the ignition's still on. Yeah, look at that. I should have popped off on engine start. Always interesting, right, guys? That would have normally after engine start popped off. I don't know why it didn't. But anyway, that was good. That was a good little systems lesson. Let's take a look outside now. Now everyone's coming up. I'm going to go through this, guys, because I think y'all probably would like to play with this. That's open. I'll open that one too. Get this forward entry open. So these are all open. You guys can leave if you want. I'm just having fun. Release, request, request. Fuel truck, let's get him out here. Lavatory, yeah, we got to get those poopies out of here. Request stairs now. Get both stairs. Let's get everyone's a winner. And GSX, let's go here. GSX. Choose GSX. Request through boarding.
Requested.
Let's go outside. So it's over here, right? PMDG. Here. Looks like we got some action now, baby. Made my day. I'm going to go for a walk with my wife. Have a nice day. I wanted to do a stream before I went back to work. Didn't work out. Hey, when I do my final flight on August 29th, I'll film coming in and getting the water cannon over the airplane. My wife's going with me to Paris.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Passenger bus is coming, all right. Oh, I got to open 4L. You got to have some fun with this stuff, right? Doors. Return next. Open 5L. Is that 5L? I think it's 5L that's open. Take a look out there. And 5R needs to be open for these fellas too. 5R open. It looks like it already is open. Let's open all the doors. Let it get cool in there, all right? Hopefully nobody falls off.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Can you hear them? There's only 30 of them. Got all the doors open. All right. I'm boring you now. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking good care of me, and thank you so much for all your help after yesterday with all my problems with the flight controls. Got it figured out. I got to write that all down, and I am just thrilled. Now I have $1,000 worth of new equipment that's actually going to work, and I was a little concerned about that. Anyway, Father Time's Out. Don't forget to subscribe. It's down here in the bottom right-hand corner down there, my ugly face. Click on it, subscribe. Please leave comments, suggestion, criticism. Please, I'll leave the link to the Discord in the description. If you'll join us, if you have a problem with it, write a comment that you couldn't do it. I think it's working now. But come on Discord. Like I think it was 777 subscribers, going to 1,000 just because. And great group of guys. Really appreciate all you guys. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for taking good care of me. I'll talk to you later.